Hi guys, so it has been a hot minute since I filmed a video. I feel so weird. I'm like, am I doing this right? I don't really know how to start this other than saying like, hi, I've missed you. I literally think about YouTube almost every day. I don't know if anybody even cares that I left, if anybody noticed, if anybody will still be here, but on the off chance that someone was wondering where I went and where I was for a year and a half, I just wanted to make a video kind of like explaining like where I went, what I've been up to, what's been going on, and like why I kind of like fell off the face of the earth. As you can see by the thumbnail of this video, something crazy has happened in my life, but we'll get to that topic in a little bit. First, I kind of just want to like get you up to speed on like my life and what I've been up to, and then we'll talk about the elephant in the room. Is it an elephant if I'm addressing it? I don't know. Okay, I got my emotional support Wendy here with me. Side note, if anybody has Squishmallows, does your Squishmallow get so lumpy and bumpy like this? I paid a lot of money for Wendy and I love her, and like I don't even care that I paid a lot for her, but why is she so bumpy and lumpy? Like girl got cellulite like her mama. But no, does anybody else's Squishmallows get all lumpy? Because she's been loved and it just happens, I guess. Also, I live really close to a road. If you hear like loud trucks, I'm sorry. Okay, so the last time I uploaded was this video, and that was like me trying to hold on to my YouTube, trying to update like where I was. In that video, I said that I indeed did get the boob job because I had another video, this video, where I was like talking how I was getting a boob job and all that. It's so crazy. Like I had that breast augmentation like a year and a half ago, and it literally feels like an eternity ago. Like I feel like I've had these forever, but also at the same time I'll see old pictures of myself and be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that I have fake boobs. But anyways, in this video I was kind of updating you. I did that, and I also said in that video that I had left my relationship that I was in for quite a few years. Ultimately I was living on my own. I was living in a house that had like 3 roommates. It was me and 3 roommates, and I just did not feel comfortable like filming there because the walls were so thin. Like you could hear people walking, like you could hear people breathing, and it was just so awkward, but I made do with it. It was whatever. Worked a couple jobs. This is so fucking weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just really happy in my life now, but like everything that led up to me now is just so weird to think about. So when I moved to the city that I live in now, I was like, I'm never gonna date men again. I don't want to talk to a man. Don't want to touch a man ever again. But you know, loneliness struck, and I was like, maybe I'll download Bumble. I had never went on a date as an adult. You know, my like ex-boyfriends all in high school, so it was weird for me trying to go on a date as an adult, which I know 21 is well into adulthood. I feel like growing up there was always this thing of like, oh, once you hit an adult you're gonna feel like an adult, and I always looked up to adults like they were perfect and they knew everything and they had everything together. But now that I am an adult, I'm literally 22 years old and still feel 16, and I'm like, when is that gonna go away? But I went on a date literally just a little while after I moved here, and it was like a little awkward at first. I mean, like first dates are bound to be. We got sushi, and then we kind of just like hit it off after the sushi. We're like, let's hang out some more. We like went to Dave and Buster's, which is like this I don't know, arcade in the South. I don't know if they're anywhere else. And then we just like hung out all night and like talked, and I had never clicked with someone that fast. Long story short, went on that date, and then we just kind of like never stopped hanging out, and then we became boyfriend, girlfriend, and then we just like were inseparable, and I was obsessed with him. In this time of like falling in love, I worked at Trader Joe's, which honestly, I love working at Trader Joe's. It was a fun vibe, but I was also going to school. Oh, I need to talk about school. Okay, there's so much to catch up on. I asked my managers like, hey, is there any way that I could work like more morning shifts? Because I was working like a lot of like, what was it, 3 to 11s, like really late at night. I sent a request in, and they like sent it back to me like, try again in a few months. So got out of there. Ultimately, I went back to Starbucks. The OGs know that I worked at Starbucks in 2020, and then meanwhile I have been in school. God, I'm literally 22, y'all. So this means I'm a 5th year senior. But it's fine. Everybody's on their own pace, you know, as long I'm getting that degree no matter what, right? So it's like, doesn't matter. I was an English major. I don't know if I ever talked about this, but English major because I wanted to be like a professor. But I met my boyfriend, and he's a software engineer. So I was seeing like how successful he was and how cool he was, and I was like, maybe I could be like the cool gamer software engineer girlfriend. So I changed my major to computer science. I actually even switched colleges to one closer here, and it's actually a big university here. I was a computer science major for about a year. I hate math. I honestly hated coding and hated all of it. Ultimately broke down, and I dropped my first class in 5 years of going to college. I dropped my first class ever, and it was a math class, and yeah, so I'm back to English. I know this doesn't even matter, but I'm gonna say it. Of course, I will probably make less money being a English professor rather than a software engineer, like a significant amount less, but I don't care. I literally for years I could only think about like literature and teaching English, and if that's something I cannot get off my brain and something that I genuinely think I would enjoy, I take being happy in my career over getting paid more. You know what I'm saying? I know like growing up they're like, do what you love, but then you get adult, you're like, oh, I need money. But regardless, met my boyfriend, fell in love, Starbucks girl, changed my major. I literally only have a little bit left of school. Like I just gotta get it done. I mean, I'm gonna keep on going to get my master's just so I can actually teach at a university. And some universities you need a PhD, so I'm definitely not anywhere like close to being done with school, but I am close to getting my bachelor's degree. And that's like a huge milestone to me, and that makes me happy. And yeah, what else? I got my braces off. I got those off in September of 2022. It still feels weird, like not having braces. I'm like, who am I? Oh, and yeah, the other thing, I was living on my own and I had that lease for a year, but July of this year, I moved in with my boyfriend. We were officially moved in together in July, even though I stayed over here a lot. And it's been great. Like I love my life. And it's kind of sad, like when I think about it, that's something I haven't been able to truly say and mean in a long time, like literally if ever, because if you know me, you know my childhood was shit, but different story for a different time. I guess that brings us to now, which I am pregnant. I'm pregnant. What the frick? What the heck? I'm gonna be a mama? Like I'm gonna be a mom? I found out on September 1st of 2022. It's so crazy because I did not think remotely possible that I could be pregnant. I guess I'll just like tell you the story. Me and my boyfriend moved in together in July. So we're definitely a, what is it called? A statistic of, we were moved in together like a month and we got pregnant, but whatever, it's fine. This is also a side note, but I wanted to say it. Growing up, I was one of those girls who like had this vision of life. I would find the one and he would be, you know, my Prince Charming and my soulmate, which my boyfriend is, but I would be with him for a few years and then we would have this like extravagant wedding, and then we would start a family and have a beautiful house and all that. And yeah, like while that is quote unquote the dream for some people, it doesn't always work out like that. When I found out I was pregnant, I think that was the biggest thing for me, is having to cope with, oh, this is not my happy ending. Like this is not how I imagined my life to be. But with all that to say, I'm so excited. And I honestly, now it's been a couple months since I found out and I can't imagine my life any other way now. I might not be doing it the traditional way or the way that it's supposed to be, but I don't care. It's my life and I'm happy and I love the way that things are going, and I feel like that's all that matters, right? Back to how I found out I was pregnant. I went on like a little anniversary trip with my boyfriend in August. I just remember feeling very tired, and this was like the end of August, and I was very tired. I was just like, I don't know, like definitely not pregnant, because my period was gonna come really soon. So I was like, probably just my period, whatever. My periods are never irregular. For years, they could always be like a day or two before, a day or two late. They were never like very inconsistent, just like, you know, this is so random, but I'll never forget it. This is what made me take a test. And I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but to me, it just like something in me. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. So I was sleeping and in the middle of the night, I woke up with this huge migraine, and it wasn't like a regular migraine. It was a shooting pain, like right here on my part area, just a very sharp shooting electric pain. I just remember like crying, like, oh my God, stop, please stop. And I had never experienced anything like that before. My body was just like, okay, something's going on. This is not normal. Like, what was that hormone surge? This is also random, but I went to a career fair at school on like August 31st, 30th, whatever the last day of August is. I just remember feeling like so out of it. I didn't know what was going on. The next day, me and my boyfriend, I don't know if we went to the movies. I had like met him at work, so we drove separately. And we were just like joking around that my period was like a day late, which isn't even late for me because it usually like fluctuates. So we went to Target, and by the time we got to Target, I completely forgot about even taking a test. But my boyfriend was like, hey, let's go get a test. And he wasn't like concerned, but I had said something about it, so I guess he took it more serious than me. We had to go back to his work and drive separate home. He picked up a pizza for dinner, and then I just went home. And before he got home, I had to take the pregnancy test. And remember, I did not think in the slightest bit in the world that these tests were gonna be positive. I was doing it like to get out of my head, to just rule it off, to just tell myself like, I'm not pregnant, I'm just being crazy. But I peed on the 2 tests that were in that pack, and they like immediately had 2 lines. I'll put a picture of the pregnancy test. I immediately started crying because at that point I had just transferred colleges and I was so excited to like be on campus and like get my degree and work on me. So when you unexpectedly get pregnant, you know, you have a right to be like, oh my god, like why? I wasn't expecting this. I'm a little upset. I'm a little scared. So I was just crying and I called Joe and I was like, get home right now, get home right now. They were positive and he thought I was kidding, but I was like, no, I'm not kidding. I was like shaking, and when he got home, he looked at him and he literally was not scared. He wasn't upset. He was just like, we're gonna figure it out, it's gonna be okay. And he comforted me and we ate pizza and I couldn't believe it. Like, I still honestly can't believe it. Like, there's a baby in here. I texted my sister a picture of it and she said that she cried like the whole next day. Now she's super happy for me, but then it was also a shock to her. She's my twin sister, so we're like this. Me having a baby is not like her having a baby, but she's gonna be super close to the baby, you know? So I was still like kind of in denial. The next day I went to an urgent care and like asked them if I could take a pregnancy test, and it was positive. So yeah, like over the last couple months, I've just been trying to come to terms with like how my life is changing. I started going to a super good OB. I've been there twice now. We got a cute little ultrasound at, what was it, at 12 weeks I think, and I just got an ultrasound at 18 weeks. I'm 19 weeks now. Let me show you the little picture. So this is my little bean. So freaking cute. I'm so obsessed. Every time, well, both times I went to see my baby, they're a very active baby and they like kick and roll around. The ultrasound tech is like, oh my god, they were really active. I mean, I hope that's a good thing. So about the gender, I was really hoping for a girl. I was so rooting for a girl. I was dead set on a girl name. I knew what I was gonna name her. I feel like growing up, I always would imagine myself like as a mom, and it would be a girl. And maybe it's just because I am a girl. We had our gender reveal party last week. My boyfriend's dad and his stepmom actually coordinated it. It was just a very small party. It was my boyfriend's parents and my grandparents and a couple friends. Like, so my baby is actually a little boy. I'm having a little boy. I'm gonna be honest, I was not upset, but I was just like, aw, when I found out I was having a boy. I definitely wasn't mad or anything like that. No, it was a great day, and I'll put in pictures. Seeing those blue balloons come out of the thing, I was like, oh my god, it's a boy. It's more of like, I don't know anything about boys, but I'm excited, and he's gonna be so loved. I literally have no idea what to name him. If you have any suggestions for like poetic, classic, old, mythical names, let me know. But yes, that's where I've been. I'm gonna be a mama. I really want to make videos like while I'm pregnant, going to college. Like, if you guys want to see stuff from me, please let me know. I have so many ideas. Like, I have this cute little, like, what is this called, this thing over here that I haven't put clothes on yet, but I will put clothes on it so I can do clothing videos again, maybe maternity clothing videos. I've missed doing YouTube so much, and I was like, this is good as time as any to come back and tell you that I'm pregnant and life is good. I know this video was literally just me talking. I hope it wasn't too boring, but this is what's going on. Also, do you like my little desk setup? I was trying to be cute and aesthetic, but like not too much. I guess that's where I'm gonna end it off. I can't really think of anything else to say other than if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. And if you checked on me throughout this time of me being gone, I really appreciate you. And if you know, want to see me like grow up and be on this journey of being a mom, I'm gonna try to like do that. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get off here. Me and baby say goodbye, and we'll see you soon. And we won't be gone for 1.5 years this time. So peace out, Girl Scout, and talk to you later.